Awesome, awesome. Okay, so what was life and work like before you started the program?
So work-life balance before I started working with Amanda was very hectic. Although I've been running my own business for a while, it still there's not a real gap. My work life and home life kind of mixes very well together. I have a
Mm.
daughter, I work with kids, so it kind of works well, but it is very often that I sit and go, there's no break from it. Doesn't feel like there's a break. I work from home, I have an office in the back of my garden, then I go give classes, and then I'm at home, and then I'm at home with my daughter, and I'm at home with my husband. So very often I'm just always at home. It doesn't, as much as I love what we do, it doesn't feel like I work, which is a good thing because I'm loving what we do. So, but I'm also a very social person, so it's hard sometimes when I'm working from home not to then feel like I've gone out to work.
Yeah.
I still sometimes have that old-fashioned traditional mindset of, you get up, you get dressed, you go to work, and then you come home and you have a home life. So it's been a very steep learning curve for me, but lovely. It's been absolutely great doing it. I think working with Amanda has helped me achieve more of a break. I feel better about not working at home sometimes and having that break because I feel it's okay. It's the business won't crash if today I take a couple of hours out and just be or enjoy time with my daughter. So whereas before I used to try and be with her and work.
Yeah.
Now I can make distinct compartments of I'm working now and this is downtime now and then we're working and things like that. So that's been very helpful.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So you've achieved a kind of cherishing the freedom that working from home allows you.
Yes, I feel better about taking that time out. Whereas before I would always feel guilty because I work from home, it's a business, we're passionate about it, we need to always be working on it. Yeah. But something gives when you're always working. No matter how passionate you are about something, everyone needs a little bit of downtime. So
yeah, very true. And is that the specific problem that you came to the program to solve, or was there something else?
I don't think I had a specific problem. I think because of my background being, I've got an honours in business management from uni. I went on to do my CIMA qualifications, so I'm a chartered management accountant now, CIMA registered as well. Wow. I kind of feel I've got the business side quite covered, but all of that is numbers and business and theory. None of it was marketing. So not that marketing was a problem, we were doing well, but I had questions and I didn't know where to go to. So being introduced to Amanda and hearing her speak, I was like, definitely, she's the go-to lady for that because she knows what she's talking about. She'll know how to give me the advice I can then implement into my business. And through working with her in the program, it's made me realize that actually there were more specific problems I didn't even know I had, which was good because before we encountered them, we now have tools to help us with them, which is great.
Yeah, it's that old saying, isn't it? You don't know what you don't know. So
yes, that's correct.
You need to learn and discover these things, don't you?
And I think we were plodding along and it was okay, but I still get this feeling that we should be ahead of where we're at and we could drive it better. So now having the little toolbox of things to go back to and plan and structure our course of action better, it's making us more productive.
That's fantastic. Excellent. Had you tried anything else before you came to the program, and was it effective?
Things I've tried before joining the program were webinars. I tried to learn a little bit about Instagram, so I did a couple of American webinars. So you stay up till 1 a.m. trying to get on their time and things. And they were informative. I just don't think they really answered my questions. So they weren't as effective. There's also a couple of other programs that were offering some free courses and some free webinars and then with some subscriptions. And I paid for a subscription to some things and just realized I never had the time or perhaps it maybe just didn't speak to me the way Amanda's program spoke to me in terms of being very factual and honest. So I've paid for stuff in the past online business courses that seemed a lot of fluff. And I thought, well, I'll get to it. I can do it in my own time. It's okay. To then realize that the business takes over and I'm not making time for this, even though I've paid for it, it just doesn't seem valid. It's like they're giving you empty promises. Oh, if you do these steps, you're going to achieve a 6-figure salary. And you just go, well, no, because I know with my background, it takes more than just these few steps to really make it. So I think the fact that Amanda comes across and says, you've got to work bloody hard, but you will get there, was honest and real. And I went, that's the lady that knows what she's talking about. Whereas the others sound like they know what they're talking about. They market very well, so it feels appealing. And you think, it's only like £150 and I get some courses and some emails and I can do some things on my own. And you go, okay, well, try it because you want some help because you work on your own and you don't always have that sounding board.
Yeah.
But you never get to it because it's not real. It doesn't feel like they really have achieved it themselves.
It just doesn't quite resonate because it feels a bit inauthentic. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, definitely. And like, through talking with Amanda and being on her program, she's lived it. She's not sucked this system out of her thumb. She's lived it, created it, and made it a success. And you know that you can do that if you're willing to put the work and effort into doing it yourself.
Yeah.
So it's not a program for people that don't want to work hard. And I think that's what I like. I think it's a program for people that realize I want to make a success of my business idea, but I need to work hard at this. But there are ways that I can be flexible with it too, so I can achieve everything that you might want as a goal.
Excellent. And what was the best thing about the program?
I think definitely connecting with Amanda. She's a very special kind of person, and I have a lot of respect for her. She's a major inspiration to me and things that I do in my business now.
Wow.
And I often find myself thinking, what would Amanda do, or what would she say to give me that kick up my bum to get me working? And that just kind of spurs me on when I'm just feeling a little bit like, maybe I can't. And you're having those moments of doubt, and I just kind of think, well, no, I can. There's no reason why not to. I think because in working with Amanda, she believed in me in a way I didn't think anyone could, and she didn't even know me at that time. So it's just she's special. It's amazing to work with somebody who can see things that you want to see and help you get there.
Wow, that's awesome.
But it's also been really good connecting with the other people that were in the program and then coming along to the corporate escape clubs. That's been great in terms of, we're coming tomorrow, which is great. We didn't think we'd be able to, but we managed to snare someone in to do some babysitting for us, and so we can make it up there again. Because I think it's really important Matt gets involved into it too.
Yeah.
And that's giving us an opportunity to kind of connect, not just in the office, but on the business in a different way. The conversations we have on the way back on a Tuesday evening are great because it's just gets the mind going. You're like, yeah, we can do this, or what about this? And it's not just round the table going, what's our to-do list? What do we have to do to get there kind of thing. That's good.
Oh, excellent. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow then.
Cool.
Can you tell us 3 other benefits you've enjoyed since the program? Since working with Amanda?
Being able to network with other like-minded people has been great. That's made, as a business owner, in a work environment or the corporate world, as hard as it can be or as unsupportive, there is still somebody else held accountable. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, you do your job. If you don't do your job, you might get fired. But it's not really your problem. Whereas when it's your business, it's very much your problem. And it can feel very alone because if you don't make the business, you know, depending on different business owners' situations, you could lose your house. You're suddenly looking at, there's a lot of pressure and responsibility. And it's very easy to feel like that's all on you and you're completely alone and no one else is going through that.
Yeah.
Whereas working through the program, meeting other people, you can then meet up for coffees or just have message chats to each other going, how's it going? Having a tough week. That's been so useful because you go, you're not alone. it's not even the same businesses, but that's what's really nice. It's really helping us see perspective with each other's businesses and giving each other that support that you would normally find in a more traditional work environment,
Yeah.
but not, that wouldn't fit because, like you say, you've got a lid on your head and you can't go any further in a corporate world. Whereas with your business, with that kind of support externally, hey, you can take over the world if you wanted to. So that's kind of what's been the best thing about it, connecting with other people, plus helping keep ourselves accountable. Like, I'm very aware now when I know I'm not doing the steps I should be doing. You're procrastinating now. Stop. Right. Refocus.
Yeah.
Let's get back to this. So that's been good, because before it just feels like busy work. And you're working on lots of things and you're doing lots of things because you've got lots of hats on. And that's great. But it's busy work sometimes, and it's not what's really going to pivot your business into the next stage.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be able to go, hang on, that doesn't matter if it doesn't get done today. This is what's more important. So that's been very beneficial as well.
Fantastic. Excellent. I know what you mean. I often think about, Amanda, when I'm structuring my to-do list. It's like, right, no, you're just doing that to pass the time and to make you feel good that you've ticked that job. What do you really need to action?
And I guess the third benefit of the program, and also coming along to the Corporate Escape Club and the recent emails, is eating that frog. It's been actually amazingly useful that both myself and Matt have started, not every day, but more often than not, we start our day with the task that we go, don't really fancy that. And normally we'd go, right, let's make a cup of coffee, let's work on the to-do list, let's do this. Oh, I've got some social media posts to do. And then you go, oh, it's a bit late to do that now. And you just feel a bit like, whereas now it's like, just get it done, because then it's done. And then you've achieved something. I watched something the other day about a general in the army and how they used to drill the cadets on making their beds. And how the idea behind it is because if you've made your bed, you've achieved your first task for the day. So it doesn't matter how the rest of your day goes. You've done a task and it's been achieved. And then when you get into bed, you've gotten into bed in a nice, fresh made bed.
Yeah.
And the day can reset and start again. And it just kind of, it made a lot of sense. And I went, yeah, I mean, we always do that anyway, but it's one of those things where you go, you just do it because you were taught to make your bed in the morning. You don't really like think about it. But obviously in the army, it's a lot different, because obviously it's regimental, you know, and they were talking about how it had to be flattened and straightened and the corners cut and tucked and things like that. But it was literally, by the end of their training, they went, now every day you will have achieved that first task of the day. You can achieve anything after that.
It sets you up. It does. It sets you up for the day. It puts you in the right mindset. Once you can tick that first thing, you just get in the flow after that, don't you?
Yeah, so it's as simple as make your bed in the morning, job one's done, then do the next thing that you really don't want to do, and it's fine.
What would you say to someone that was considering joining the program?
Oh, anyone considering joining the program, don't even hesitate. Invest in it and do it. Just do it, because you need it. If you're on the cusp of should I, shouldn't I, then you definitely should. It's so much value. Even if it doesn't force you into doing your own business because you have an idea or it changes your mind about it, that's worth knowing up front.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth going through those steps, finding what your passion is, because you might find out afterwards that what you were doing or what you thought was your great idea isn't, and you come across something else which is going to be even better for you.
Wow.
So if you're even just considering it, just do it.
Fantastic. And is there anything else that you'd like to add about your experience with the program and everything that it involves?
Well, the whole program was just really useful, so structured, so planned, so organized. And I know how Amanda laughs and jokes a little bit about how she sometimes sits up late at night doing her slides, but because she lives it, it comes naturally to her. She's always prepared. And even when she says, oh, I'm not so prepared this morning, you feel like she's given you the best session ever.
Yeah.
And that's not lip service or anything. It was just genuinely the business course I did changed our life, and it really helped us refocus on what our main goals were for our business and why we were really doing this. That we kind of lost our way along the way, trying to see the wood for the trees and trying to get to that point. And it was just so beneficial having someone else help with a structure that you knew you had and needed, but you just couldn't see it.
Yeah.
And just having that extra pair of eyes go, you're doing this, or going, your franchise fee costs, because that's always a big worry. We for ourselves in our business was always about wanting to give value and show people that, yes, we understand that you're handing over a lump sum of money, but it's not all for us. It's an investment in your business, but you can make that back if you work hard and follow the program and training and things.
Yeah.
Or somebody else to go, actually, you're too cheap. When Amanda was able to extract from me exactly what they were getting, and that's something we weren't ever able to get across, because I was just like, yeah, that's what's going to cost people, and this is what they're going to get for it. This is how they're going to make that money back. Amanda was able to just strip it down and go, stop. What are they paying you for? What are they getting? And that's where I was like, oh, wow, okay, actually, I can see the point now, which has helped us refine our processes in breaking down the higher level costs for people so they can really understand what we were getting. And that's invaluable to a business like mine, because I do it, I live it, I talk it. I don't always know how to break it down, because to me it's just, it is. That's what it is. So that's what people are getting, and I can see the value. It's hard to know how to get that across. And Amanda was really helpful with that.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And are you happy for people to reach out to you on social media or anything if they've got any questions for you?
People to reach out for us. More than happy for people to come and ask to speak to me on social media. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, although not very active on Instagram. LinkedIn, Facebook, I don't mind. Email.
Okay.
People talk to me about my experiences with Amanda. I've already referred a couple of people on who have ideas, and I'm like, you have to join the Freedom Tribe, see what it's about, come to some of the meetings, and if you feel you need to work with Amanda, then do so, because it's just beneficial to building yourself up as well. I think a lot of business owners forget that, yes, you own a business, but you shouldn't forget about your own self-development.
Yeah.
It's not just about developing the business, it's about developing yourself, because if you yourself aren't growing while you're growing your business, you're not going to be as passionate about it in a few years' time.
Yeah, very true. You won't be able to keep up with it.
No. Yeah. So more than happy for people to talk to me about it.
Fantastic. Excellent. Thank you so much.